G'day to all the die-hard Gridiron fans and the legends supporting the Philly Eagles, Green Bay Packers, and Dallas Cowboys. Get ready, because the news I've got for you today isn't just some locker room whisper. It's a massive tactical earthquake that almost flipped the NFL hierarchy on its head forever. Before we dive into the explosive details of this near trade involving Micah Parsons and Jalen Carter, you know the drill. If you live and breathe American footy, smash that like button, leave a comment with your thoughts on this poison pill, and follow the channel so you never miss a game-changing play. Let's get stuck in. In the high-stakes world of the NFL, where the salary cap decides who's winning and who's binning it, few names strike as much fear into quarterbacks as Micah Parsons. Recently, a bombshell revelation from the man himself on his podcast, The Edge with Micah Parsons, brought to light an alternate reality that would have sent Eagles fans into a frenzy and given Cowboys fans non-stop nightmares. Parsons confirmed he was whiskers away from donning the Philly green before being shipped off to the Green Bay Packers in August 2025. But the twist no one saw coming, which insider Jay Glazer missed, involves Jalen Carter. Yep, the Eagles' defensive line phenom was the main piece Jerry Jones demanded to send his biggest star to their fiercest rival. Imagine the scene: Howie Roseman, the trade wizard, on one line; Jerry Jones, the visionary, or stubborn, Cowboys owner, on the other. The price for Parsons was astronomical: 2 first-rounders, a third, a fifth, and Jalen Carter. Parsons revealed the deal was bloody close. The reason he was keen on headed to Philly was specifically the chance to play alongside Carter. "I was really about to come, but there was one person I had to play with. If he was gone, I didn't want to be there. And that was Jalen Carter," Micah confessed. The Cowboys' logic was simple. They needed raw power in the guts of the defensive line. By trading Parsons to Green Bay, they ended up with Pro Bowler Kenny Clark. But the original target was Carter, a young bloke on a rookie deal with a talent ceiling that scares the whole league. Roseman, for his part, was ready to pay the steepest division tax in history to get Parsons hunting QBs at Lincoln Financial Field. When the Eagles' deal fell through, partly because Parsons didn't want Carter to leave and partly because Dallas was hesitant to beef up a direct rival, the Cowboys shook hands with the Packers. However, Jerry Jones isn't a mug. He chucked a poison pill clause into the trade contract with Green Bay. This clause is a brutal legal and financial barrier. If the Packers decide to trade Parsons to any NFC East team, Eagles, Giants, or Commanders, before 2027, they automatically owe their 2028 first-round pick to the Cowboys. Same goes for Kenny Clark. If Dallas sends him north to the NFC North, they owe a high pick to the Packers. It's an almost impassable wall that keeps Parsons away from Philly during his absolute prime. Tactically, having Parsons would have turned Philly's defense into the most feared unit in modern history. Parsons isn't just a pass rusher. He's a chess piece who can line up as a linebacker, defensive end, or even drop back in coverage. Without Jalen Carter, though, the middle of the defense would have been wide open. Howie Roseman's strategy was clear: dominate from the edges. But by keeping Carter, the Eagles preserved their meat grinder identity in the center of the line. Carter had an up-and-down 2025 season, dealing with shoulder dramas, but his all-pro potential is still massive. Seeing Carter and Parsons together would have been the defensive equivalent of having 2 elite QBs on the same squad. Historically, trades between division rivals are rarer than a dry day in a rainforest and are usually met with heaps of skepticism. The last massive move that rocked the division was Donovan McNabb going to the Redskins, but he was already in the twilight of his career. Trading Micah Parsons, a bloke in his prime, to the Eagles would have been sporting suicide for Jerry Jones in the eyes of his fans. Parsons' revelation just confirms that Roseman's aggression has no bounds. He was willing to sacrifice the future, draft picks, and the present, Carter, to secure a generational talent. In the end, the Green Bay Packers came out as the lucky third, securing Parsons on a record-breaking $186 million deal, making him the highest-paid defensive player ever. Now, Parsons is tearing it up at Lambeau Field, though he's currently recovering from an ACL tear, and Jalen Carter remains the pillar for the Eagles. But the question remains, what would the NFL look like today if that handshake had happened? Would the Eagles have snagged a Super Bowl? Would the Cowboys have rebuilt their defense around Carter? All we are left with is admiration for the guts of these execs and the certainty that in the NFL, reality often beats any fiction. Keep your eyes peeled, because if Howie Roseman tried once, you bet your life he'll try again.